Lights, camera, chamber. I'm Hank Stoltz, and this morning I'm outside of the chamber offices. At 7:30 this morning, so that everybody can get off to work afterwards, there is going to be a manufacturing roundtable. Now, this is just one of the many roundtables that the chamber puts on throughout the year. This morning's is specifically going to be bringing together superintendents from all around Central Massachusetts who are going to be meeting with manufacturers. And the purpose of this dialogue today is so that they can come together and find out what it is that the schools should be focusing on for manufacturer needs, what manufacturing needs are. So it's going to be a great dialogue. We're going to be talking with many of the players before and after the meeting. So get ready for that coming up. It's interesting to have this gathering of school superintendents at the manufacturing roundtable at the chamber. But what the schools bring and what the schools want to bring and be able to prepare young people for careers in manufacturing is vitally important. How is Worcester Public Schools approaching this?
So the Worcester Public Schools have been working this year very strategically around the area of manufacturing. We realize that there are a lot of job openings in those areas and that we have the students. So what we're trying to figure out is to take the students, how to get the training so they can get the jobs. Because that's really the end game for education, right? Is that how can we train students so that they can get good jobs and have good lives for themselves and their families. So we actually were fortunate to get a grant this year. I was for $125,000. It was from the state. The chamber was very instrumental in helping us with that grant. And right now we have 15 students from the Gerald Creamer Center, which is one of our programs for overage undercredited students. And those students now are partnered with Worcester Tech, and they're learning machinery, how to work machines, and they're actually going to prime metals for that work. And the plan is for internships after that and job placements.
So today we were talking about education of the workforce, developing the next generation of employees. That is one of the critical barriers to growth for our manufacturers. Our manufacturers have opportunities. Many of them have opportunities to grow. They have new business. But what's preventing them from growing is they don't have that workforce that's ready to go, ready to be employed, and ready to be implemented. So today's effort and discussion around developing that workforce, providing resources to develop that next generation workforce is critical to the growth of our manufacturers.
So Curtis Industries has been around since 1968, so we have a long history in the area providing good jobs, manufacturing jobs, and we're looking to show that manufacturing is alive and well.
We tend to hear two things. One, we hear that all the manufacturing jobs have left, and the other thing that we tend to hear is that manufacturing is making a comeback. I think that part of it is that there is a certain generation that thinks of manufacturing as that third shift and kind of the dingy lighting, and that's not what manufacturing is at all today.
And that's an excellent point, and it's one that we hear a lot of. We've worked closely with the Worcester school system. They do a fantastic job. And part of the problem is communicating that manufacturing is a viable career choice for the population. And once the students learn that, we find that they do get very interested.
So education is part of the key. What do you find that Curtis gets from coming to the manufacturers roundtables here at the Chamber of Commerce?
Well, hopefully we can continue to spread the word that manufacturing provides good jobs, and if you can run a press break, you'll never be out of work.
How do you overcome as an educator and with all that you are doing at the vocational school, this mindset that somehow, I don't want my son or daughter to be the overnight shift in the dimly lit, perhaps not, a safe factory, when the factory floors are not at all like that today?
It's an educational challenge. It's a need to work with industry, marketing people like the Chamber, individuals such as yourself, to give us an opportunity to use this broadcast and other messages to encourage the public to be open-minded, to recognize that things have changed so dramatically. Even the price of gasoline is not what it used to be, and so people need to be open-minded. We ask students to learn something every day. There's nothing wrong with adults learning something every day.
John, so as you said, there was a good discussion today at the manufacturing roundtable. Do you see real action coming from this? I do, because this takes a groundswell of
of folks that are committed and passionate about this subject, and we need to raise the level so that the organizations, whether it's people like us or the government, can provide those resources to help fill those jobs through good workforce training programs, through the educational system at the voc schools. So yes, there will be action that's taken, and we will see change, but it will be slow in coming, I think.
Boy, much of what your goals are certainly seems to be the goals of the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce as well. How do you work together?
So we've been working with Tim for a number of years now, since he was lieutenant governor right through to this job right now. Tim has a very unique focus. He's able to do many, many things, and the attention he brings to manufacturing, at least for Central Mass, is unparalleled. We need voices like Tim, and we need organizations like this that aggregate the bright people that came to today's meeting, because these are the people that will affect change.
Tim, the Manufacturing Roundtable just broke up, and your takeaway from bringing the school superintendents and manufacturers together today?
Well, we've got 6 vocational schools that touch our chamber service region of 35 cities and towns, and to have the superintendents here talking about their programs with our member manufacturers is a great opportunity for us to learn from each other. There's a lot of collaboration that already exists, but to be able to take that to the next level is important. Manufacturing is a huge employer and continues to be in Central Massachusetts, and it's critically important that we make sure that parents and young people understand the meaningful careers that they can have in manufacturing, whether they go on to college or not, but the opportunities to earn and learn, work in innovative places, making things that transform lives, that transform sectors of the economy, transform communities, and it's just a great way to earn a living. Average median wage much higher than most other sectors, and manufacturing is still strong and bright career paths. So for us to be able to talk about that and learn about ways that we can expand the talent turnpike and getting more people into this, because there's more jobs out there than there are people, and that's always a good thing.